FanDuel Sportsbook is the most popular sportsbook in the entire United States, so I figured it would be helpful for people to understand exactly how to navigate it. So this video will be a tutorial on how to use FanDuel Sportsbook, a beginner tutorial on how to use FanDuel Sportsbook, teaching you everything from logging in to what do the different odds mean to how do I actually put money into it. Everything will be detailed in this video about FanDuel Sportsbook. My name is Matt Modi. I am a content producer for oddsjam.com. If you want to find me on social media, you can at my Twitter handle on the screen here at Jedi Modi. And then, of course, I would appreciate it if you could like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Helps me out a ton. So, FanDuel Sportsbook. This is the homepage of what you see when you go to sportsbook.fanduel.com. You see this page. Number one, how to even log in to FanDuel. Now, this part is quite easy. You literally just click this button that says log in. Then what's going to happen is you're going to need to make sure to select your state. Now, FanDuel is only operating in states that has legal sports betting. So the states that are listed right here are the states where you can make a FanDuel account. Unfortunately, if you're in Texas, if you're in California, you can't use FanDuel Sportsbook there. So you make sure to click your state. Then what's going to happen is your information is going to pop up. Then you're going to click log in. And there we have it. Now we are logged in to FanDuel Sportsbook. So you know that everything's working properly when you see the location verified at the bottom of the screen. So I could place a bet with no issues, right? Allowing me to place this bet. Everything is working fine there. So in terms of depositing money into FanDuel Sportsbook, what you want to do is click your account page. This little icon here looks like a silhouette of a person. You click that button, and then you can see the option here, add funds or withdraw funds. So if you want to add money, you want to deposit money into your account to make it so that you have money to bet on FanDuel, you would click add funds. If you had too much money in your account and you wanted to withdraw that down, you would just click the withdraw funds right here. That's how you withdraw and deposit money. Now, obviously, when you click that button to add or withdraw funds, you need to make sure that you are synced with whatever bank account that you want to use with the FanDuel account. But that is how you do it. All right, so you have money in your FanDuel account. You're ready to place bets. What does all of this crap mean? It's a really good question. So in terms of the layout, all of the different popular tabs are here on the left. What I will say is the layout is a little bit different depending on the state. So I am located in Colorado. If you are not located in Colorado, the menu might appear a little bit differently, but the main points of it are still here. Promos, boosts, earn money, and then the different sports, NBA, college basketball, NHL, tennis, soccer. They have a sports betting education hub, which is kind of cool. Obviously, they have horse racing, and then they have different contests as well. But like I said, the layout of the menu itself might be different depending on what state you're in. In terms of placing bets, so I'm just going to scroll down here to an NBA play. So number one, we should probably learn what all of these different things mean. Spread is the point spread. It's how many points you're betting on a team to win or lose by. The favorite is always going to be dictated with the minus. The point total next to it is how many points that they need to win by in order to win your spread bet. So in this case, the Charlotte Hornets are at -6.5. They would need to win this game by 7 or more points in order for you to win your spread bet on the Hornets. The underdog is always going to be dictated by the plus. The point total next to that is how many points, up to how many points they can lose by. So if you wanted to take a spread bet on the Detroit Pistons, they would need to lose either by 6 or fewer points, or they can win straight up. That's how it works with the underdog. In terms of the odds, we see the -110, -110. So whenever you see odds that are a minus, that is how much money you would have to risk in order to profit $100. So if I wanted to profit $100 on the Hornets -6.5, I would need to risk $110 to win 100. Now, the cool thing about FanDuel is they have both the wager amount and the to win amount. So if you wanted to just be like, okay, you know what? I just want to win $12 on this one. You would just need to type in the number and it would show up here. It's kind of one thing that is cool that FanDuel does. But that's how the spread works. You're just betting on how many points a team is going to win or lose by. The money line, which is dictated here, that just says money. This is the easiest bet to make in sports. You're just betting on who is going to win straight up. Similar logic here, in that the minus dictates the favorite, the plus dictates the underdog, and the way you can read the odds is the exact same. The minus is how much money you would need to risk in order to profit $100. So minus 250 means you wager 250 to win 100. Plus is how much money you would win if you risked $100. So $100 would profit me $205. So right off the bat, you can learn from here that in terms of the spread and the money line, the bigger the number, the bigger the favorite, or the bigger the underdog. So we see here 6.5, that is a bigger favorite than here we see 2 or 4. Same thing with the money line. The higher the odds themselves are, the higher the number, the bigger the favorite / the underdog is. And then the last one of the 3 main markets that you see here is the total. In this case, you're just betting on how many points are going to be scored, over or under the amount of points you think are going to be scored. In this case, the number is 235. It doesn't matter how those points are scored. It could be 236-0, and the over would still hit. It could also happen in overtime. You know, the score is 100-100. At the end of regulation, it goes into overtime. There are 4 overtimes. 240 points are scored in the 4th overtime combined. The over still hits. So that's kind of how this all makes sense. Now, if you wanted to actually place a bet, all you need to do is hover your mouse over the desired bet you would like to place. So let's pretend I want to take the Pistons plus 6.5. I want to win $50. I would just type that in, and then I would click place bet here. Once I do that, I would get an alert saying that the bet has been accepted. And then if you want to scroll through all the bets that you have currently pending, you just click the little icon here, My Bets, and you can see bets placed in Colorado. You can change it per state. So if you're traveling to different states and you want to check a state, you can do that here. And then every single pending bet that you have will be under active. And sometimes it gives you the option to even cash out. So if I place a bet, time goes on, I no longer like that bet, you can click the cash out option right here. Here are all the pending bets that I have. Now, if you want to look at bets that have already settled, meaning they've already won or lost, or sometimes they've been refunded or a bet has pushed, you just click the option here, the settled option. And it shows you every single bet that has been, like I said, won or lost. If it's won, it would tell you here and it would be highlighted in green, telling you how much you have won. If it's lost, it would just say returned $0. So I had a bet on the Clippers Nuggets. That bet lost. I returned $0 because my bet lost. So that's everything when it comes to looking at your bets and looking at how many bets you have pending or have settled. Now, there are a couple more things to show you about navigating FanDuel Sportsbook. Number one, I personally think this is a great feature of FanDuel, is if you click this little search icon at the top here, you can, exactly what it sounds like, you can search for a team or for a league. So let's say I wanted to bet on the Miami Heat game tonight, but I don't feel like navigating to the game. I just type in Heat and it shows up right here, Miami Heat at Philadelphia 76ers. I click into that game and now it's giving me all of the different options that I can place for this game. Now, you see a lot of people betting on player props or alternate markets. In order to find those markets, and I will admit this is a little bit more advanced, is you need to click into a game, which I have done right here. And then you just need to look at this little menu bar here, and then you can scroll along and it'll tell you the different markets that you can bet on right here, right? We see player props all the way to different quarters, parlays, and all that stuff. So if you're betting on the NBA and you wanted to bet on player props, player points, I think Embiid is going to go off tonight. I'm going to bet on him to go over 32.5 points. That is how you would navigate to it. Now, the last thing to mention is all of the different sports are going to be located. Again, this is for me in Colorado, but they will be located somewhere in the main menu when you're on FanDuel is, for me, on the far left here. So if you wanted to bet on a different sport, or you just wanted to check out a league, so you didn't want to search for a specific team, but you just wanted to check out a league, you can do that right here under the all sports, and you can see all of the different options that FanDuel has, which is a lot. But we're getting a little bit too much into the complicated nature of FanDuel, so I don't want to go too far into that. Just wanted to give you a brief beginner tutorial on how to use FanDuel Sportsbook. The last thing, I promise this is the last thing that I'll add, is you see a lot of people place parlays on FanDuel. The way to do that is quite easy. You just select all of the different bets that you want to place. So I want to bet on the Pistons plus 6.5. I also want to bet on the Sixers -6 and the Knicks +2. You see how I clicked all 3 of those buttons? Now we see them all show up on my bet slip here, but I have the option to parlay it. I see the 3-leg parlay, giving me the odds of this parlay at +595. So a popular way to use FanDuel is to place parlays. So I did want to make sure that, even though it's a little bit more advanced, that I showed you how to actually add and place parlays. So if I wanted to lock this in, I would place $20. My to win would be on the right, and we're good to go. And that's the last thing I'll show you, how to place parlays on FanDuel Sportsbook. Hopefully this video was helpful. This beginner tutorial of how to use FanDuel was helpful. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Too helpful, not helpful enough, whatever you need, just let me know in the comments. Other than that, would appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. As I mentioned, hit me up on social media, and that's it. So appreciate everybody watching, and have a good one.